that. I realized I had a fan on in the background. That should be a little easier to hear me now. Inhale and exhale. Feel the way the ribs move. Visualize the crown of the head rising up and the bones at the bottom of the pelvis, your sitting bones rooting down, tugging the spine long in between. Inhaling, exhaling. And when you're ready, take your right hand to the side of the head. We'll do a little resistance. Right hand to the side of the head, resisting as if you want to send your head like side to side, resisting to the side but not moving the head, and then release the resistance. Keep the hand there. 2 more times. Exhale, resisting to the side. Inhale, relax. 1 more, resisting to the side. Inhale, relax. Other side. Left hand to the head. Grow tall first, shoulders down. Exhale, resisting to the side. Inhale, release resistance. Exhale, resist. Inhale, relax. 1 more time, resist. And inhale, relax. Now turn and look over your right shoulder. The left hand is on your head, and we'll do a complete rotation with resistance. Sit tall first and resist as the head slowly turns toward the hand yielding, and go as far over to the other side, looking toward the left arm. Release the left arm completely. Sit tall again. Right hand to the head, and then come back the other way. Keep as much height as you can, as much length as possible in the spine. It really makes a difference in the freedom of movement of the real, like literally the bones of the spine and the discs in between them. Release. Bring the head back to center. Tilt the head right ear to right shoulder. And the same idea, resistance with movement. The left hand goes on the top of the head and will go like a rainbow up and over with the head. So sit tall first, lower the shoulders, and then gradually resist as the head comes to upright. You're in charge of how far down to the other side, because the muscles can get really short and that can feel awkward. Release the arm when you get there and change hands. Right hand to the head and resist all the way up. And down to the other side. Release. Keep the head down. Now turn and look down towards your right armpit. We'll do a diagonal. So left hand on the head, resisting as the head goes to the left and up. Gradually, until you are looking way up at the ceiling to your left. Then release that hand. Keep the head looking up there. Change the hands as we come back. And slowly, it's kind of awkward, but it's a really good movement to do. Back down to the armpit. Release the hand completely. Bring the head to upright, roll the shoulders a little, and then turn the head down toward the left armpit. Right hand will start the resistance. Resist up and right and up and right and up and right. In yoga, we usually divide up these movements like just this way and just that way. Change hands. Left hand will bring you down and left back to the left armpit. But in life, we're usually moving more on these kind of diagonal combined movements. Bring the head slowly to upright, roll the shoulders. One or two hands behind the head. Chin goes down to start. We'll flex and extend 2 times in this direction. So starting with the chin down, resist the head, the back of the head into the hands. Come to upright. Continue to lift the head, pressing the head into the hands. As much lift as you like. You can lift the chest too. And then slowly back. The hands have the advantage as you go forward until the chin is down, however far down it wants to go. Now the head has the advantage as we go back one more time. Up and back, up and back, up and back. And then gradually back, resisting. Any amount of resistance, you are in charge. When you come back down, chin to the chest, release the hands, release the resistance completely, and then slowly lift up, this time without any resistance. Feel the space in the back of the neck as you lift the heart, lift the chin, and then exhale and lower the chin, roll the shoulders forward, allowing the curve to move down the spine. Lift the chin, lift the chest, melt the shoulders. Let the lower back start to arch too. And now curling in, chin down, roll the shoulders forward, pull the navel in, tuck the tail under. Inhaling, back bending along the entire length of the spine. The heart is open, the shoulders down. Exhaling, pull the navel back and round the spine. Lower the chin, tuck the tail. Just like that. Inhaling, make space in the front of the body, lift the heart. Exhaling, pull the navel in, make space in the back body. Just like that. Inhaling and exhaling. Hold the exhale position for a breath or two and then come to neutral. If the legs are crossed, take a moment to change the cross of your legs or reposition them as you wish. Let's add a twist to this. Inhale the arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to the right. Stay there with the arms raised. Root down into your seat. Lengthen the spine. Bring the arms down. Sit tall and turn the chest. Turn, look over your right shoulder, any amount. Inhaling, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling. Just like that. Breathing in, breathing out. Unwind gently. Return to center. Inhale the arms overhead again. Exhale, twist to the other side, nice and tall. Slowly lower the arms. Breathe here. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, twisting. The chest turns to the left, looking over the left shoulder, any amount. Inhaling. Exhaling. Take another breath here. And slowly back to center. Raise the arms once again. Inhaling. The right arm comes down off to the side. Left hand goes behind the head for a moment. And we'll side bend here. Breathe into the space along the left side of the waist and the rib cage. Anchor the left side of your seat. Add the left arm reaching any amount as you breathe. Now add any amount of twisting and turning while you're in the side bend. You're going to open up the chest, turn the head, move the elbow. This is your pose. Explore it the way you want. And when you're ready, reach the top arm up like it lifts you up. Inhale up, release the arm down, and we'll change sides. Raise both arms up for a moment. Inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right hand to the back of the head. Anchor the right side of your seat and lengthen up. Find your side bend, reaching the top arm up and over if you wish, leaving it on the head if you prefer. Take another couple breaths here. Relax the shoulders. Anchor the right side of your seat. When you're ready, add any kind of turny, twisty movement you would like. What is this side asking for? On an inhale, reach up. Both arms come up overhead. Out to the side, exhale, release. Roll the shoulders up and back, down and around. And while we're here, let's do a little rib cage isolation. So place your hands, feel for the lowest part of your rib cage, and move around in the low back so the ribs are moving. Little circles there. And go the other way. Now, see if you can hold the waist steady. Let's move the hands actually. Move the hands down more to the waist and reverse it. So now you're holding the waist steady but trying to move the bottom of the rib cage. Yeah, that's it. If it feels like there's less room to move, you're doing it right. Go the other way. We're giving an opportunity to different segments as we move up the spine. So the low back, the lumbar spine got to move. Now the bottom of the thoracic spine, the lower part of the rib cage. So now place the hands once again on the lower part of the rib cage, and we're going to focus a little higher up. Like we want to move the chest a bit more. It may be subtle. That's okay. Hold the bottom of the rib cage still and see if you can move the chest and the armpits around. Oh, yeah, that's it. Go the other way. Aye. That is peculiar. It's good for you, though. All right, release that. Roll the shoulders. Now, let's come onto our backs. We've explored some of the head and the neck and moved up and down the spine or down and up. Let's lie down and we'll move starting from a bridge pose. So feet flat, parallel unless your body needs a different foot arrangement. If you're not sure, have the feet parallel. It's a good starting point. And the width, a little space between the feet. You get to be in charge of how much. So we'll take this really slowly. We're not intending it to be an adventure in bridge. Well, it is an adventure in bridge pose. But our purpose is not get to bridge pose as much as it is articulate the spine and do some good for our spine by the progression of this movement. So put your attention down in the bottom of the rib cage. In fact, let's put the hands down. See if you can get a hand kind of in that low back area, and then pull your navel down and press your low back into the mat. Now keep the low back pressed. Press your feet into your mat. Relax your neck. And then squeeze your glutes so your bum lifts up a little bit off the mat, not so much that your low back lifts yet. Then relax your glutes and your feet. Let your spine rest, whatever neutral is for your back. Pull the belly button down, press the low back again, squeeze the glutes, lift the glutes, but press the low back down. And release that. One more time, just with the glutes, keep the low back pressed down.
and then release that. Now, we'll invite the low back to come up, but it has to wait for the glutes to lift completely first. So pull the belly button down, press the low back down. Press the feet, lift the glutes. When the glutes have lifted all they can on their own, then add the low back, but not the rib cage. Lower the low back first, then your bum. Relax the effort. On the next exhale, press the low back down, squeeze the glutes, lift the glutes first, the low back second, and lower back down, same way. Low back and then glutes. You get the pattern, right? One more time, same thing. Press the low back down, lift glutes first, and low back second. Lower the low back, and then the bum. Back to neutral. We'll add a third segment. This will be the rib cage, starting with the bottom of the rib cage. Pull the navel down. Glutes lift first, then the low back, then the lowest part of the rib cage, however much the rib cage wants to lift, and then curl your way back down, low back, and glutes. 2 more like that. Pull the belly button down, press into the feet, the glutes lift, the low back lifts, the rib cage from the bottom upward and back down. One more time like that. Belly button down, lift the glutes, the low back, the bottom ribs, low back, and glutes. For the last version, again, we'll do it 3 times like we did the others. Start with the arms down near your sides. So as the rib cage starts to lift up, the arms will lift up overhead as well, as far as they want to go up and back. Press the low back down, lift the glutes, then the low back. Then the lowest ribs, now the arms start to come up, and they'll go up as much as they want, and the rib cage and shoulder blades will peel up as much as they want. Take an extra breath or 2 here, and slowly lower. The arms start to come down, the shoulder blades roll down, the lowest ribs, the low back, and the glutes. And gradually we come up again. Press the low back down. Lift the glutes, the low back, the bottom ribs, the arms start to come up. Peel the shoulder blades up, stay lifted, take a couple breaths, and then slowly back down. The arms come down as the shoulder blades curl down, the lowest ribs, the low back, and the glutes. One more time. Press the low back down. The glutes lift, the low back lifts, the bottom ribs lift. The arms come up, and this time we'll stay a few more breaths. If the arm position doesn't agree with your body today, change the arm position to one that does. Check in with your neck, nice and long in the back of the neck, even though there's a lot of work happening in the lower body. And now slowly we'll lower down the arms, initiate the lowering, shoulder blades, lowest ribs, low back, and glutes. And then heel toe the feet when you're all the way down. Heel toe the feet out about mat width apart. The arms out generously to your sides and windshield wiper the knees side to side. Roll the head as well, relaxing head, neck, shoulders. Breathing in, breathing out. Return to center, walk the feet back in. Stretch the right leg out long, take the right arm overhead, lengthen the whole right side of the body. Release, change sides. Left leg stretches out long, left arm overhead, lengthen the whole left side of the body. Release. Bring one knee into the chest, then both knees into the chest. Rock side to side. Turn this into happy baby, holding either behind the thighs or walking the hands up toward the feet, and rock. That's nice, easy side to side. Relax the neck, let the mat support your head. And bring the feet and the legs together. Knees are bent. Knees are kind of close to your chest. Arms out wide. So sometimes we do this movement and we're trying to keep the knees at the hips at 90 degrees, so the knees are above the hips. This time we're aiming for a little closer than that because the knees are going to visit each hand, or they're going to think about it. They're traveling that way. They may not arrive there. Doesn't really matter. They don't have to touch. But you're going to zip up the belly again. Pull the belly button down. Watch out for the neck and the shoulders. Sometimes they want to do a lot of helpful work. It's not that helpful. Bring the knees as close as they can without the opposite shoulder blade lifting. So when the knees go to the left, don't let your right shoulder blade come up. Pull the belly back. So now we're using our obliques, the muscles that wrap around our torso on diagonal lines, and they help us with these twisting movements. Take the knees over like the knees want to visit the right hand, but keep the left shoulder blade on the mat. Oh, the whole time. Pull the belly button back, just like that. Inhale, knees go over toward the left hand, keep the right shoulder blade down. Exhale, pull the belly button back as you go up and over. Just like that, side to side. Go slowly. Taking your time with this is what helps develop that strength in the obliques and the transverse abdominals, if you like names of abs. The really important postural muscles that get very little credit because people are so busy talking about the six-pack. The six-pack ab muscle, the rectus abdominis, is really superficial. It's not actually, it looks cool in pictures, but it's not really that important for posture and movement unless you're curling up in a sit-up. You can go side to side one last time. Keep an eye on the shoulder blades. Ooh, and then come back up. Now, let the legs reach up in the air any amount and walk the feet in the air. This is a casual sort of movement. We're not trying to get a lot of intensity out of it. But move the knees, rotate the ankles. Let's take the arms overhead too. Kind of a baby astronaut floating in space. Arms move, elbows move, wrists, ankles move. And when you're ready, hug the knees in and either rock side to side or pull the knees in and out in knee pumps, knee pumping movements. There's a little momentum if you're doing the knee pump. And the feet are kicking up a little bit so your bum lifts up a little bit. I find that this feels really nice sometimes on my low back. See how it feels for you. If your back is like, well, this is miserable, then don't listen to me. Listen to your low back. Do what serves your body today. Now, if the forward and back is delightful for you, you'll keep going forward and back until you rock up and sit. And if you don't like that, then roll to your side instead. We'll all wind up upright, and then we'll all spin around so that we are on hands and knees on our mats. So as you find your way to hands and knees, you'll breathe. And set up the hands underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers nice and wide. Exhale, lift the navel and around the spine. Inhale and pull the heart forward through the shoulders. Invite the entire length of your spine into this movement, rounding. And pulling the heart forward, open, arching. Just like that. Exhale, lift the navel and round, relax your neck. Inhale. Now circles, roll the shoulders, roll the hips around. Reverse direction. And come on back to center. Grab a block or a journal or something light that you can hold in your hand. If nothing is handy, imagine there's something in your hand. This is my new favorite thing. Hold the block in your hand and we'll dive through. This is like shoulder thread the needle, but the bottom arm does not ever touch the mat. It doesn't, and neither does the head. Dive the right arm all the way through. Your chest is following. You're looking like, hey, where's my blood going? And then you're going to pull the arm back. This is where it's a little peculiar. Your elbow goes forward, your block tilts, spins to the back toward your legs, and you wind up with the palm up and your shoulder internally rotated. We don't do a lot of this in yoga. And then press into the floor with the left hand and turn your chest to the sky. Reach up with the right arm. Breathe in, breathe in, breathe. And slowly, without dropping the block, bring it back. Rotate the arm. Dive on through. We'll do this again. Dive through. Pull the block back. Elbow forward. Block to the legs. Open up to the side. Press down. And open up in a twist. Take the block to the sky as you root the opposite hand into the earth. And one last time, slowly come back. Pivot the block. Dive it through the arms. Pause. Pull the block back. Pivot the arm. Elbow forward. Open up. Take the block to the sky. Pressing down. Rising up. Slowly back. And put the block down. Change sides. Other hand picks up the block. Now it's in the left hand. Shrug the shoulders down. Dive through with the left arm hovering above the floor. The standing elbow can bend. That's fine. Pull the arm back. Elbow forward. Block goes to the back as you take the arm out to the side. Open, 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 open. And then come on back, slowly, steadily. Pivot the forearm. Dive all the way through again. Pull the arm back. Pivot the forearm, open wide. Press down with the right hand. Reach up with the left. Oh, slowly back down last time. Pivot the forearm. How far through can you dive? Turning, twisting, rounding the upper back, and then pull the forearm back, pivot the forearm. Open up, press down with the right hand and up with the left. Oh, breathing in, breathing out. Slowly come back down. Release the block. And now without the block, just the twisty part. Place your left hand down. Open your right arm up. Nice, wide open twist. Take a breath in and out. Stay there. Bring the right hand down. Change sides. Press the right hand deeply into the earth and twist, opening up to the left. Shoulders down, away from the ears. Neck nice and long. Breathing in, breathing out. And release. Let's drop the hips back. We'll get off the hands for a moment. Take the hips back into child's pose. Knees as wide as your knees want to be. Arms lightly stretched out in front. Breathe here. So you decide how much effort to start with in the arms. They can be bent and the forearms resting on the mat, or they can be energized with the elbows lifting up and the palms pressing the mat. The choice is yours. Breathe. Now gradually add a little extra energy.
straightening the elbows and pressing the palms into the mat. Easing the shoulders. Lift up onto your fingertips. Nice and long down the sides of the waist. Walk the hands over to the right. Take a couple breaths in the side bend, easy neck. Walk your hands to the left. Breathe into the space on this side. Walk your hands back to center. And then walk your hands back in. Return to our tabletop position. Shrug the shoulders down, zip up the belly so the abs are on, and I'm trying to keep my shoulders steady. My pelvis is allowed to move as the right knee comes into the chest and makes a big circle out. So this is kind of like the old school, like, what is it, the Jane Fonda era, like the fire hydrant movement, but it's more hip mobility. We're not just looking to lift and lower, we want to make some generous circles. Shoulders stay steady, but the pelvis can move. Take another circle, nice and generous, and then go the other way. And as you're going this way, see if you can take the knee way back, then forward, like one little direction, and then bring it back. Go to the other leg. Zip up the belly, shoulders steady, pull the knee into the chest so you feel the ab work, and then slow circles. Draw as large a circle as this leg can reasonably draw. As you finish the circle you're on, reverse it. That's it. And place the knees back down. Tuck the toes underneath and lean your hips back while your toes are tucked underneath. If this feels, if you got some stuff going on the soles of the feet and this is too much, don't lean back far. So you decide how intensely to go into the toe stretch here. Now, if you want to go bananas in the toe stretch, keep walking your hands in and start to come to an upright position with the torso. So you're sitting, I didn't know my toes were so tight right now. If you need a little break, inhale, lift your hips up. Oh, all right, it's gonna be okay. And then come back down again. Yeah, that's it. Breathe, 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 breathe. And come back up, take a breath. And then back down, right to at that point where it's just tolerated. Not comfortable, but tolerated. You can lift and lower again as needed. We'll take a few more breaths. What can be relaxed while you're here? Now slowly lean forward, walk the hands out in front of you, and lightly tap your toes out. Feels so good now. Take the right leg back behind you and stretch the whole back of the leg. Straighten the leg. You decide how much to lean back depending on what you feel in this leg. Pull, same leg, pull the knee into the chest. Reach it back behind you, but elevate the leg this time. Pull the knee into the chest. Just like that, straight back with the heel.
And again, pull into the chest. Reach back with the heels, stay there. If you like, opposite arm reaches out. So if the right leg is back behind you, it's the left arm out in front. Breathe and breathe and breathe. Slowly lower the hand and the shin. Roll the hips and the shoulders around. Relax your neck. Go the other way. Come to center. And now take the left leg back, toes tucked under for the calf stretch, the back of the leg stretch, foot stretch. Again, you're in charge of how much you're pressing back into the leg to feel the stretchiness. For me, I feel this particular version mostly in the calf, but you may feel it somewhere else. It might be in the sole of the foot. It might be in the back of the thigh. And when you're ready, pull the knee in, zip up the belly, round the spine, and then press back with the heel, lengthen the leg behind you. And again, nice and slow and steady. Pull the knee in, zip up the belly, and then reach back and press with the foot. Now, if the raised leg feels like, yeah, not today, keep the toes lightly on the mat, but extend the leg really strongly. Opposite arm and leg lengthen. So I didn't mention this on the first slide. That'd be helpful, huh? You can have fingertips and toes down if that suits you better today, or raise both the hand and the foot off the mat. The choice is yours. Take care of your body. Bring the hand down. Bring the shin down. And once again, roll the hips and the shoulders. Relax the neck. And go the other way. Good. From here, tuck the toes underneath. Hands go out in front of the shoulders by several inches. We're preparing for downward facing dog. We're going to do this though as a progression where we lift the knees maybe 4 inches off the mat-ish. So keep the knees really bent, press into the hands, zip up the belly. Low down dog, active arms, really long spine. And then see how slowly and lightly the knees can come back down. Take a breath in. Through the mouth, let it go. Let's do it again. Press into your mat, zip up your belly. Lift the hips up and back. The knees come 4, 6, 8 inches up off the mat. Spine is long. Shift forward, bring the knees down. Uncurl the toes. One more time. Shrug the shoulders down, tuck the toes underneath. Exhale, lift the knees, pressing back. So the hands are pressing into the mat to send the hips back and up. And now lift the knees a little higher and the bum a little higher. Your knees are still bent, but our hips are getting progressively higher up in the air. Then keep the one knee bent and stretch the other heel down toward the mat. And slowly bicycle pedal the feet, or stair stepper pedal really, not so much a bicycle leg. Stair step pedal the feet here. Maybe you're on one side, you want to see how that feels and stay there. And switch over to the other side and take a couple breaths. Consider lifting up onto the tiptoes and then slowly lowering the heels toward the mat. Breathe here. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Shift forward, round your back in a plank, top of a push-up. Then lower the knees. Then slowly lower the whole torso. As you come all the way down, rest for a moment. Relax the head, the neck, the jaw. Now, take the forehead to your mat
the hands alongside your chest, getting ready for a cobra pose. Peel your shoulders up before anything else lifts. Peel the shoulders up away from the floor. Neck is long and relaxed. Zip up your belly. Send your pubic bone down into your mat and press all 10 toenails of your very long legs into the mat. Breathe here. Peel the chest forward in a low cobra. Back of the neck stays long. You can look forward, but don't look straight out in front of you. And slowly lower down like you're laying down your spine longer than it came up. Let's do that again. Legs are active, belly is zipped up, pubic bone moving down to the mat. Peel yourself up. Maybe some of the ribs are coming up. Lower back down. The belly button is still on the mat for sure. And again, peel yourself up. The chest lifts. Breathe. Now let your hands help a little so that you feel a sense of length in the spine, not compressed by the hands lifting. Lengthen your back bend while you're lifting. Take another breath in here. Slowly lower yourself down. Relax the arms, turn the head to one side, rest. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Now we're going to kind of mush together a cobra and an up dog, leaving our feet just the way they are. So instead of it normally an upward facing dog, we tuck the toes underneath first. We are not going to do that. We're going to gradually peel our upper body up off the mat and maybe lift the hips. They might lift, they might not. The choice is yours. We're going to zip up the belly though the whole time because we can. All right, hands alongside the chest in our same starting position for cobra. Zip up the belly, reach strongly back through the legs, pressing the tops of the feet down into your mat. So your lower body is energized and ready. Start to peel the chest up. Press with the hands. And as you're peeling up, the hands are pressing more, the legs are active, and maybe your pelvis is lifting up. Maybe that's enough. Maybe your thighs lift up. Pressing back into the legs. Breathing, 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 breathing. And then can you lower progressively? The thighs come down first. And then the pelvis. And then really stretch out your torso and slowly lay yourself back down. Pause a moment. Bend your knees. Let them swing side to side. And we'll do that again. Stretch the legs out. Hands alongside the chest. Gradually peeling up, and you're inside your body, so you'll know what feels okay. Everybody zip up the belly, send the pubic bone down, and make the legs very active. And then you choose how much of the body is peeling up and how high. Chest moving forward, peeling up into your low cobra, pressing the hands gradually more to help with the lift of the belly, of the thighs, maybe the legs. Breathe, 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 breathe. And then slowly, slowly, slowly lengthen yourself out and lay yourself down. And when you're all the way back down, make a pillow for your head, turning it to the other side. Bend the knees and swing the feet. From here, hands alongside the chest. Press up to hands and knees. We're not going to go to child's pose just yet. Hands and knees
arching around your spine. Maybe circle the hips. This is like you get close to child's pose, but we're not quite there. Circle the hips the other way. That's it, good. Slowly come to our hands and knees position. And from here, let's take the right leg back, bend the knee. So I'm going to imagine I have a block on my foot. I'm not going to actually place a block on my foot. I'm going to lift that imaginary block to the ceiling, little pulsing movements. Use your glutes. Hello. Now, same leg, step the foot forward outside your hand. You can move your hand over so that the foot stays on your mat. Lean forward, stretchy. Bring your forearms down inside your right foot. Take a couple breaths here. Keep the right forearm down. Come up onto the left fingertips and do an open twist. It's low and stretchy in the hips with a little bit of a twist. You're twisting away from your bent knee. You're away from your front leg. Now, come up onto the hands and we'll twist the other way. Right hand goes to the right thigh, long spine. Open the arm to the sky if you wish, or leave the hand on the leg or the hip. Really long spine. If you're super happy here, stay here. If you want to tuck the toes under and raise the back knee, go ahead. Yeah, the hips drop, but the thigh lifts. Hips drop, thigh lifts, hips drop, thigh lifts, hips drop, thigh lifts. Breathe. Hip flexors so nice and long. That's it. Take another breath in. Unwind your twist. From here, you can choose to either lower the back knee and step back into your hands and knees and then child's pose, or maybe press the hands and step the foot back and go directly to downward facing dog. If you're in down dog, maybe, just a maybe, and if you're in hands and knees, you might choose this, or you might go to child's pose. Round your back, shift forward, top of a push-up. Slowly lower, either down to a knee push-up or keep the legs straight. The choice is yours. Peel yourself up. Cobra. Maybe if you want to play with that top of the foot down version of up dog, do that. And then I'm going to bring my knees down to tuck the toes underneath and then come into downward facing dog. Breathe. Breathe. Bring the knees down. We'll come back to our tabletop position. Bend the left knee, raise the foot in the air, little pulsing movement. Zip up the belly. So you should feel the back, the muscles in the back of the thigh and the glutes. Ooh. Step the foot all the way up, outside the hands, but inside your mat. First, we go low, down toward the forearms. The elbows may or may not touch, but that's the direction we're headed in. You can walk your foot forward, front foot forward, back knee backward if you want to get kind of longer in this. The first twist is what I'll call open. We're twisting away from the front foot. Right forearm or hand stays down. Turn the chest away from the bent knee. Yeah, breathe, breathe, breathe. Breathe, breathe, breathe. We need all this twisty stuff right now too. Now, change the hands. Come up onto both hands. The right hand stays down. The left hand goes to the thigh. Get long first. So long from the crown of the head down to the seat, and then open the left arm to the sky if you wish. Tuck the toes underneath and raise the back knee if you wish. Hips drop down, but the thigh lifts up. Pelvic floor lifting. Abdominal muscles hugging in. And the breath flowing in, flowing out. Bring the hand down. You choose either step to tabletop and take child's pose or step to plank. We'll have another opportunity to slowly lower down to the belly. Peel your way up, uncurl the toes, either low cobra or continue to press with the hands. Legs are really active. Top of the foot, up dog. Nice and long, like you're stretching out your spine. Now, if you're in the up dog with the feet down, bring the knees down, tuck the toes under, and then switch it to down dog. Breathing in, breathing out. Walk your feet and hands toward each other until you're in a standing forward bend. Some amount of bend in the knees, hang here. Sway if you like. From the forward bend, I'm going to have my feet about shoulder width apart. Let's aim for that as a ballpark. You can always adjust to make it work for you. From the forward bend, start to bend your knees and lower your hips. Release the hands from the floor. So you might have your forearms on your thighs, leaning back. That's it. You might go a little lower with the hips. Oh, what's that like? Okay. Don't get too comfortable because we're slowly coming back to the forward bend. Press into your feet. Release your hands toward the floor. Press the feet, zip up the belly, and the head hangs down. Breathe here and slowly shift. Bend the knees. The bum lowers down. The head comes to upright. We're back in the squat. Again, don't get too comfortable. Release the hands. Press the feet. Zip up the belly. Stay in the forward bend. That'll kind of bring us to upright. Press the feet. Zip up the belly. Slowly, slowly, slowly come to upright. Once you're mostly upright, root down into your feet, lift the navel, and inhale a generous circle around you. Exhale, hands to the heart. Feet still shoulder-ish width. Slide the right hand down the leg. Reach the left arm up into a generous side bend. Inhale and exhale. Add the bottom arm parallel to the floor if you like. It adds load, so it adds to the effort here. If your back's feeling tender, you might lower the arm first and then come up. If you want more effort, keep both arms raised, come all the way up. Breathe, both arms down. Root into your feet and slide down over to the left leg. Raise the right arm. Breathe here. Bottom arm lifts and goes parallel to the floor if you wish. You can always leave the bottom arm down if that's better for you today. Listen to your body, in particular, listen to your back. And when you're ready, bottom arm the way that works for you, come all the way up. Release the arms. Take the feet out wide and bend the knees.
Toes and knees are turned out, hands are on the thighs. Drop the hips as low as you like. And then shrug the left shoulder forward, twisting to the right. Come back to center, take a breath. Go the other way, exhale. Come back to center, take a breath. Just like that, side to side. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Go to one side, then take a few breaths there. Maybe the hips drop a little, maybe the belly zips up a little. Change sides, take a few breaths there. Unwind. Press into your feet, slowly come to upright. Once the legs have straightened, inhale the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart. Release. We're going to do a kind of two for one hip stretch. So, if you're up for a balance challenge with the hip stretch, this is how it'll look. I'm going to show a couple different variations. The right ankle will cross over the left. This may be plenty. Then you can start to sit, kind of like chair pose, but your leg is crossed over. Your hips are moving back. If you want to go more into the hip stretch of it, keep going down with your torso, like you're curious about whether the hands might touch the floor. And they might or they might not. You can leave a lot of bend in the knee. You can touch furniture, right? If there's a chair and that's a better height for you, you can use a chair for balance and or connection. Or if you want to go bananas and your hamstrings say it's okay, you can straighten the leg more and lower the head more. So there are ways to make this conservative or kind of nutty. And you can choose where it feels right for you. So if you're like, well, I don't know about that whole balance thing, grab a wall, grab some furniture, put your hands on something, and cross your right ankle over the left thigh. Use it as a back stretch first. Zip up the belly, lean the hips back. Back stretch first. And then see if see if you can keep the sense that this is stretching your back long, keeping your low back nice and long. Is there an opportunity for maybe a hip stretch as well? It's not mandatory. Maybe bend the knees a little, bring the chest and the thighs closer. If that doesn't feel right, then don't do it. Definitely breathe. Slowly press into the standing leg, unravel the cross, come on up and stand tall, zip up the belly and reach up to the sky. Lengthen the front body, lift the heart. Come back to neutral to upright and cross the other leg. So if you've got furniture, as a helper, place your hands on the furniture, cross your leg, and bend your standing leg and sit back into it. Use this position to stretch and lengthen your low back, maybe with a bonus hip stretch. Breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. When you're ready, unravel the legs, press the feet down, zip the belly up, reach up overhead. You might hook your thumbs with the palms facing up as we lengthen again, just like we did before. Stand tall, squeeze the glutes, lift the navel, lift the heart, tug the thumbs like you're gonna break them apart, but don't. And then release the arms. Roll your shoulders and lie down. Lie down on your mat, hug your knees,
and rock. Hug your knees and rock. Rock a little side to side, relax the neck. We're going to use that same leg crossover position to take a twist. The left foot goes flat on the mat, the knee is bent. Right ankle crosses over. So it looks like we're headed to thread the needle, but we're not. You'll lift the left foot in the air. Now wherever the sole of your foot is, that's the side you're going to. The sole of your crossed over leg wants to find the floor. It may or may not find the floor, but that's the direction it's going. Arms out wide. You might pull the knees in closer to your chest as you bring the crossed over, there you go, the awkwardly crossed over legs down. Now in this case, if the legs, say, are going to the left, the right shoulder blade, it can come up off the floor. It's okay. Let the legs come down and then address that shoulder and neck behind you. Reposition as needed so that your shoulder and your neck are comfortable. And breathe. And breathe. And breathe. And breathe. And breathe. If this crossed over position does not agree with your body, take another one that does. Deep breath in. Zip up your belly a lot. And press away from the floor. As you come to center, you might move your knees around, move a bit in the hip joint. Cross the other leg on top. The left ankle on top. Raise the right foot off the mat. And let the knees go slowly over to the right side. The sole of the left foot getting closer and closer. The whole outer right shin getting closer and perhaps resting on the floor. Left shoulder blade probably coming up in the air. Just fine. Check in with your breathing. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. When you're ready, exhale, zip up the belly, draw the knees back into center. Unwind and move the knees around in the air, moving in the hip joints, reverse direction. Then you choose. Maybe you want to curl up and get very compact. Maybe you want to stretch your legs up in the air or out to the sides. If plow pose is part of your regular practice, this would be a nice time to do that. If it's new, don't let today be the day to start it. The idea here is do something that feels nice in your body. We're almost at Shavasana, so we're not looking for something that's brand new and especially taxing. Something that feels like it helps in the unwinding. Maybe little windshield wipers. Breathe. And as you breathe, let the awareness drop into the body. Asking it, What does it need right now? When you're ready, return to center. And you might take a last movement, happy baby, a different twist. Deep breath in and out. Changing sides if you were in a twist or something that has separate sides to it. Excuse me. When you complete your twist, return to center. And then hugging the knees to the chest, resist. The lower body really engaged and pressing as if the legs want to escape from the hands. The abs drawing in. And then stretch out for Shavasana. Arms wherever they're comfortable, legs where they like to be. Any props that help you to be as comfortable as possible. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Squeeze every muscle in the body. And let it go. And take that again. Squeeze everything. Let it all go.
Gently move fingers, toes, wrists, and ankles. Inhale the arms overhead. Take a generous stretch and yawn. Deep breath in. Soft, easy breath out. And when you're ready, draw one knee into the chest and then both knees. Rock gently. Head over to one side and pause. And then press up to seated, taking your time. Find your way to upright. Bring the palms together. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, lower the chin. Take a moment in gratitude for something or someone in your day today. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Namaste. Thank you, everybody. Let's see.